Good beautiful day everyone. Today I want to share something with every one of you. A lot of you actually sent me comments and messages on how can you actually start playing Final Fantasy VIII Remastered Faster, Better, Strong and Harder mod by Klitlika. And today that's exactly what I want to show you. I understand that for some of you it can actually be quite hard to understand, especially for those of you that are not very good with PC or maybe don't really know English that well. So I decided to do an article with all of the steps, plus I decided to do this video so you can actually learn and understand how to do that with me. This will be for the first version. It will work basically with every version, but maybe later on we will add some extra stuff. Don't worry if you don't see on this video those extra maybe texture or skins or whatever, because we will just add them in the article, and only if like big things will change, then I will do another video. So we will start right now, and thank you again for joining us. Now, first thing that we have to do is we have to go on the description under this video, and you can actually find this article. If you are already on this article, then you will find this video too, but you will have everything already in this article, so you don't really need to go back to YouTube and find the link, because that's the link. But if you want to go to YouTube and maybe put a like and a follow and maybe comment something like thank you or that was great, or maybe I didn't understand something, can you explain it better, I will totally help you out, don't worry about it. Now, first of all, this is a mod created by Klitlika. What does this mod have compared to other mods? This is a mod created by this guy, Klitlika. It is a very hard-working guy, a very workaholic guy, a very good guy that basically works every day at least 5-6 hours to actually create this mod. When he's not working, he's working at this. And this is a hardcore version of Final Fantasy VIII. What does it mean, hardcore version? This mod is created for newcomers of Final Fantasy and old fan of Final Fantasy VIII. It is basically a version that is very challenging, so you will have very strong enemies from the beginning, you will have different spells compared to the original game, so compared to the vanilla version, you will have different choices, different text. There are very interesting add-ons to the comments of the characters. You will have different magics in the beginning of the game. Every guardian force will have different abilities, so all of the things that you know and all of the exploits that you know of the original Final Fantasy, well, he basically took everything and destroyed that, and he made this version of Final Fantasy very challenging. Of course, every game can be easily broken, but he actually found a very nice way to balance the game. And this game is for all of you that want a good challenge, for all of you that thinks that if you think you are very good in Final Fantasy, come try this mod. It's cool, it's relaxing, there is a bit of grind, there is a bit of strategy, and it will make your experience so much better. Not only better graphic, but a lot of add-ons. You can actually unlock very interesting things in the beginning, but I don't want to tell you everything. You can actually see every detail of his creation, like every changelog and everything. You can actually join his YouTube channel and my YouTube channel from here. You can even see in here YouTube gameplay of an older version that we are actually testing. And now we will start. This is basically the download of the latest version that we have to download. We'll just go here, and here you will always find this is the latest version 35. So we click it and we download it. Okay, this and this, you don't really need to download that. You could, but it's not really mandatory. Okay, so don't worry about that. If you want, you can just download them, but you don't really need that. Okay, now back at it again. We go back to the file. Now we are downloading the mod. What we need we need to download all of this stuff. It seems a lot, but it's not actually that much. If you don't have WinRAR or 7-zip or any program that can actually unpack folders, download one of these two. Then you have to download the master unzipper. You need to download this 1, 2, 3, 4 and all of these different texture patches. When you actually have everything, I suppose you already have Final Fantasy VIII installed. If you don't, you can just buy the game in here, or if you already have like an older version and you don't want to upgrade it on Steam, you can just download it from the magnet, so you will not have the need to use Steam. I know that a lot of you don't really actually like to use Steam, so that's the kind of not Steam version. And this is very important. When you have downloaded everything and you have installed Final Fantasy, it is mandatory for you to start the game at least one time. If you don't, it will not work at all. Okay, I will add other steps, but I will show you those steps and then I will add those steps. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do now is we have to go to the game. So we just go to Steam, and what we do is we go to properties, local files, browse local files, and we are here. Basically, this is the place in which we have the main folder of the game, and we will work a lot with this main folder of the game. And first of all, we need to go on what we downloaded, and technically we should actually unpatch everything, but I will go slowly. I will start with the first FF8 and the master. This is the unpatcher. This is very important. Remember, start the game at least one time, so it will come out like this, and you go to play and the game will start. If you don't do that, it will not work. Okay, so remember to do that. Now we just move everything in here and we replace. Yes. Now we actually did it, and we go with Final Fantasy the Master Manager. He said yes, yes, okay. And what is happening right now? Basically, what is happening? He's creating a new folder called the Master Exp. Okay, this folder is the unpatched folder of the game. Basically, if we want to actually change the content of the game, we should actually do a lot of very specific picky change on the code and on other files. But if we use this unpatcher, it will make our life so much easier. It will be so much easier. You can't even imagine how much easier it will be. Okay, so first of all, we will do this. Very important, you unzip everything, and that's the rule number 1. Okay, basically at this point we just finished unpacking everything, and that's it. We finished. We don't really need to do anything. We could actually do the load up to update, but there is no update, so that's fine. We just exit, and that's it. We finished the unpatching of the first thing. Now we create a new copy of this folder called BK, so basically backup. You can give him whatever name, but I will go with BK. Then we copy, and we create another exact copy of this BK, but we will give him the original name. Why is that? Well, it is actually quite simple, because if something happens and if you do something stupid, okay, or you moved something that you didn't have to move, you will always have original backup of the game, and that's always like the safest thing to do. Okay, that's the main reason. Okay, now we change the name of the save to just exp, and the game works fine, as you can see. I mean, sorry, the folder is ready. Now we have to start with all of the data. We will have to change some of this content, like the movies. Like for example, the movies are disc 1. If you go here, you have a list of every movie that you have to change. Okay, so that's actually very easy. The best thing to do is just go take this tree and you go with extractor in another archive. Very easy, very simple. Also, now that we actually extracted all of these 3 files, we need to just take those files and move them in our data movies folder. Again, it will take some time, but don't worry. Just be sure to put your stuff in there. Pretty easy. Okay. And of course I forgot to actually extract the last one. There is one last one that I don't find. I forgot to download it, so I will just basically go to disk 4, select every one of them, so like this, or just control every one of them, and I click here and download. Very easy, very fast. It should download everything. Okay, we just downloaded it. Again, we have to extract it, and this is our disk 4. And again, we just have to replace those ones with these ones. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Boom, replace. Awesome. Now we just finished the first step, so all of these FLV are actually done. Very easy, very fast, no big deal. So this is done. Be careful, you have to do every one of these, so be very organized, please. Not like me. Okay, to actually have kind of a little bit of order, I will just download everything that I already used, so I know that I actually already did all of the changes. Okay, now we need to put every single texture, and then lastly the latest patch. Okay, it is maybe not a version 35 for you, it can be version 40, 50, 60 or whatever, but this is right now the latest version, so I will use this. Okay, as you can see, project textures. Okay, where can we find textures? Experience. Okay, the master experience or exp textures, and here it is. You could do this, or it's better and smarter, you just do this, textures to textures. Okay, you just only need to put their textures, you don't need to put everything else at all, so don't worry about it. Well, this is one way, but we have a smarter way to actually do that, and I will show you what is the smartest way. The smartest way is just to actually extract everything in a single place. Okay, so we just extract everything in one single folder. That's the smartest thing that you can do, because you'll have everything that is kind of easier placed for you, and we will have a little bit of a little bit less pain. In the future we will probably make all of these patches together, but we don't really want to take the work from other creators, because all of these patches are created from other people, and we don't really want to take everything and just say this is our patch, because it is not. Those textures are created by other great people that spent a lot of time actually doing this, so we don't really want to steal their work. Okay, now we actually have one single extracted folder of everything except for this version. Okay, we will extract these two for later, but for now we will use this. What we have to do: slowly everything from the texture to texture. So textures, I will just move the texture folder in here, I don't really have to do anything else, and then delete. Next one, texture to texture. As you can actually see, we have the main ZZ file and the main copy ZZ. For those of you that are not actually using the main updated version of Steam, you'll have an extra file to download with a different main ZZ, so it will work with your game anyway. Close everything, we can just close everything, don't worry about it. And the last thing that we need is this. We need this. Okay, we need this. Why I am actually placing this here right now? Why I'm not doing this before actually putting every texture and everything? The answer is quite simple. The main reason is because doing that we will not actually change everything that we have to change, and a lot of the things like textures were tweaked a little bit more to be safe for this mod. So that's the main reason why we are doing the version patch as a last one. We just copy this and we put it like that. Remember to have a backup version. If something goes wrong, you will have a safe version. Okay, we finished, that's it. And what we have to do is basically we will start the game. In my case I will start it from Steam. We go like here we are preparing the game, and the game should actually start normally without any trouble whatsoever.